Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? This is Dr. Carmen Bryant, and this is Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you to all the new subscribers, all the comments, questions, emails. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Today, I wanted to talk about re-victimization. Re-victimization of those that have suffered at the hands of a narcissist, or the mind, or the relationship, or the situationship with a narcissist. So many of you know, and you've experienced it, most of the time when you're not most of the time, when you are in a relationship with a narcissist, people don't get to see what you see behind closed doors. You live with a monster at home. You and your children live with a monster at home. But yet when this narcissist goes out in public, they're wearing this wonderful mask that everyone just loves them. There's no possible way that this person can be doing that, but you're at home and you're watching this person just, for a better of lack of words, like my southern folks say, just act a straight fool, act a donkey, act a monkey. They're at home and you're thinking like, what kind of fool do I have, or what have I done? I have married an infant. I have married a child, a toddler. I know the term, and you guys bear with me. This is the best way that I can explain it. Now, the term retardation has been used in all the wrong ways. Earlier in the earlier DSM manuals, they had mental retardation, mild, moderate, and severe. Now they've changed it to, because people use it in a very derogatory term, now they have cognitive or intellectual delays, or you may have family members, or children that have developmental delays. When they get older, they become cognitive or intellectual delays. What at one point in time is called retarded. And so, you're looking at this narcissist and you're really thinking retarded, slow down, has not developed in their emotional reaction. You're watching this individual, you're thinking like, is this person delayed, emotionally delayed, developmentally delayed? What is wrong with this person? Because they're walking around life with this mask on, this facade. But if things don't go their way, or if they're under pressure, things begin to fall apart, or if they destabilize, you watch them become almost childlike. And some of you can point out and say, they almost act like a 12-year-old, a 16-year-old, a 6-year-old. Some of them revert back to thumb sucking. Some of you guys know they regress. They go back to thumb sucking. They'll cry if things don't happen. They'll, have temper tantrums. They literally have temper tantrums. Now, in the world of trauma, my first impression is when a person reverts or regresses back to a specific age, a lot of times they may regress back to an age at which they felt safe, number one, to thumb sucking, or they may regress back to the time at which the trauma happened. And so you're watching them because it's like they are emotionally delayed, developmentally delayed, and they cannot get beyond that point in their life. So the way when they're under severe stress, or things don't work out their way, or the mask falls off, they can't have their way, you watch them act at the level at which they used to get their way. Put it that way. Temper tantrums, the only thing that they don't do, as big as they are, as adult as they are, is fall on the ground and start kicking their feet. Now, this is all the stuff that you witness at the house. But when they go back out, they're this businesswoman, this businessman working in a corporate office, having intellectual conversations, making big sales, have all this money. And so most people, when you want to disclose something to someone, or you confide in someone with what you're going through at home, or your children are going through at home, a lot of times the first thing you hear is maybe there's just misunderstanding. It can't be that bad. Or you even hear people say, well, you stayed with them that long, or you stayed with her that long, so it must not have been that bad. Just cocky people, the ones you want to just backhand right into backhand them in their mouth. Some of you guys know, even in religious organization, one of the most hurtful things is to hear, your leaders or a leader tell you, well, God hates divorce. Understandable. But you mean to tell me that the God that I serve agrees with domestic violence, sexual abuse, battering of a woman or children or a man? So you mean to tell, now, folks, I'm just letting you know that's not the God that I serve. So in those type of questions, you can redirect to Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper, and she will give you her professional, biblical, and spiritual perspective, on that topic, because many people ask that topic, but that's very painful. Or, well, you must not be doing something right. Old school, you must not be doing something right. You have to work harder. You got to pray harder. You just have to make it work. Well, it takes two people to make a relationship work. It takes two people to make it work. Why? When you say I'm gonna hang in there, I'm gonna make this work. How is I'm gonna make anything work if it takes two people to actually make a relationship work? You're the only one in the relationship. They're not actually in the relationship. You're in the relationship. Situationship. You're in the relationship. How are you? I'm going to do whatever I can to make this work. You're not making anything work. What you're doing is you're putting band-aids on it. You're using Scotch tape, or you're using 100-mile-per-hour tape, what we call in the military that silver tape. You're using, or that green tape. You're using that 100-mile-per-hour tape, to patch up stuff. It's like, gun, like MacGyver. You're putting gum on engine pieces to make sure it runs. That's what you're doing. You're using clothes hangers to hold up a muffler. And it's raggedy, because you can't make anything work by yourself. It doesn't matter how hard you try. And then a lot of times, you're re-victimized. You go in the courtroom, and you're sitting in the courtroom. You know what you went through. The bruises, the heartache, the words that were spoken, what your children have been through, even if your children have been, sexually violated. These things that you have been through. To go into a courtroom and to hear a lawyer on their side tell you that you're lying. They're lying, Your Honor. And you're thinking, this is unbelievable. And then the narc is over there. I'm innocent. I didn't do anything that she said. I didn't do anything that he said. That's a lie. She's got mental issues. He's got psychological problems, and you're listening. You feel so defeated. And then they slander you in the court. That abusive litigation, they slander you in the court. You are a horrible father. You are a horrible mother. You don't feed them. They don't dress right. Every time they come to visit me, the clothes don't fit. They're failing school. They don't eat. It takes me to send money to make sure that they eat. They're all about them. You're listening to these accusations and you just feel it feels like it never stops. It never stops. And you're being re-victimized. The people around you, a lot of them are flying monkeys and a lot of them are very insensitive. Even people that come here to the YouTube channel, and I try to monitor that to protect the viewers. I can't catch everybody, but I do the best I can to protect you viewers. Because a lot of you guys are hurting. And then some people are just insensitive when they put remarks down, as if you could tell that they've never really, what I say, a good narc, you never have really come in contact with a narcissist that has tore your heart out of your chest. And so it's very insensitive when people make certain comments, under people that are really just bleeding all over, YouTube comments. And people come in, well, you must have. Well, what you're doing is the same thing that society does to most victims of domestic violence. You're re-victimizing it. Now you want me to come in and prove. I understand that the court of law is about facts. When you go into court, it's about facts. You can't come in there and tell a judge this person is a narcissist. First of all, that's incorrect verbiage. That person is not a narcissist. That person may have narcissistic personality disorder. Now, how do you prove that? Are you a professional? Did you do an assessment? Did you do an evaluation? Where did you get that information from? I know because I've been watching Dr. C's videos. That's not going to work. That's not credibility. That's not credible. You have to go in and you have to speak facts. This is what happened. My children were, this is what happened. I went to the police. I had a report written. I took them to the ER. Facts. When you go to court, it's about facts. Facts, not assumptions, not opinions. Yes, you may recognize the behavior. We're giving you the information on YouTube. You recognize the behavior, but you have to remember it's a totally different platform and atmosphere when you go into a courtroom. And that narcissist loves to dominate that courtroom because that's when they become the greatest actors you've ever. And they're standing in there, and the hardest thing for most of you guys is to stand there and be re-victimized over and over and over. And you feel so defeated. And a lot of people have taken their lives. That's why I always emphasize, get in contact with these domestic violence programs and domestic violence advocate and legal advocates to go into the courtroom to help you. A lot of times when their presence are in the courtroom and the judge sees that you have an advocate, you have someone in there to support you, a lot of times they'll begin to, because you have these organizations that are working on your behalf that are set up to work on your behalf. Now, I know a lot of you guys have had bad experiences, but that doesn't mean you stop at one. You keep looking until you find it. Because the more you look, you will find it. And then you get those, nowadays during the COVID, though, I know it's kind of hard because a lot of things are done online. So a lot of court is taking place online, but you can still see what that advocate can do for you. Find out what paperwork, find out how to get a restraining order. But like I said, the hardest thing is when you're re-victimized. Now think about like those those narcissists, like the somatic narcissists, that are all about their looks. They're all about their sexual prowessness, and their hunting adventures and multiple women or men, or their sexual promiscuity. Some big words, some good words, some big words. But I sound real smart, don't I? But anyway, all this, this prowessness and how they look to the public and even to the family. The sad part about it is that, you have families that become flying monkeys. You have family members that know exactly what this narcissist is like. They may not realize that the person, that their brother, their sister, their son, their daughter is a narcissist, but they can relate to the behavior. They're always angry. They're always screaming. They're always trying to be in charge. They're always belittling people. They're always trying to be seen. They come around. They're always trying to be seen. They're always trying to show off. They got this car. They got this woman. They got this man. They got this kind of money. They're flaunting money. They're flaunting their personal belongings. They're arrogant. They always got to be seen. Things happen and they're always in the forefront. You have those narcissists that get a hold of a man or a woman that got a little money, or they put a little money together, and 9 times out of 10, they're kind of irresponsible anyway. Some of them are responsible with money. Some of them are just really irresponsible. I'm going to do another video on like the somatic and what it takes for them to maintain that image, but you have those, the family members, they know that this person is out of control. They know that this person is a cheat. They know that this person is always messing up, and they're messing up in every relationship they've ever been in. Been married 3, 4, 5 times, and in each relationship, it's always the wife or the other partner's fault. It's never their fault. They take enough accountability to make you believe them, but in actuality, every relationship they go in, they do the exact same thing. They cheat, they lie, they steal, whatever they do. Then on top of that, they may have like an ailing parent, mother or father, ailing parent, and yet they're living on their high horse. They're living the finest life. They live in their best life, honey. They're doing their thing. And they make sure they're posting pictures and let everybody know that they're doing their thing. But yet their parent, their ailing parent, is living in poverty. And then their shame. And then what they do is someone may mention it, because remember, it's all about how they appear. And someone mentioned it. How are you living like this? And your mother or your father is living like this, impoverished and sick. What kind of son, what kind of daughter are you? So when they go back and they help their parent, they don't help the parent because of the fact it's in their heart, and they love the parent and they hate to see the parent ailing, and they do it because of the fact someone mentioned it and it makes them look bad. So they go back and do it because it is all about their image. I can't let people think someone has said this, so I got to go do this to make sure that people know that I'm this great son or this great daughter, so I have to do this. And then the sad part about it is these family members know exactly what the person is like, but a lot of times they're destitute. A lot of times they don't have very much. A lot of times, this narcissist is doing, and the only way that they can get some support and help, which is sad because you should want to help your parent, but the only way that they can get help or support is just to go along with the antics and the drama that this narcissist caused, because the only way that I can make sure that I'm taken care of and got my bills paid if I just go along with it. So they align, they become flying monkeys, and they align with the narcissist. And so you feel even more re-victimized because of the fact that you reach out or you talk to them and you feel like you've done something wrong, or they don't have any loyalty. They don't want to talk to you. They treat you like you're the redheaded stepchild. And you knew that when you were with this narcissist, all the things that this narcissist did, they were there to support you. And now that you're no longer there, guarantee you, I promise you this one thing, they smeared your name. Everything that they've ever said that was negative about their own family members or the people that you were involved with in their family, they have made sure that they have done a smear campaign to make sure they tarnish your name. Everything that they've ever said, they have not diverted it, but they've projected. They have taken what they said, and what they did is told those family members that it was you who said it all along. And so now you got the family members that are still loyal to this narcissist because they have something that they need. And the narcissist is doing what they're doing is because of the fact people are looking at them. So you're this horrible person, and that's not the image that they want to portray. So once again, you've been re-victimized, right? That's why a lot of times I tell you, you have to pick and choose, because there are some people that are mutual friends that when you guys break up, they just don't have anything to do with you. Or there's some people that are your friend, their friend. There's some people they're going to gravitate over to the narcissist, because you got to remember that narcissist is charming. That narcissist is funny, charming. You enjoy being around them. They enjoy being around them. So when the relationship doesn't work, some people just gravitate over to the narcissist. And guess what? The narcissist has a platform and an ear to speak into, and they're going to dog you out. And you have to think, how is it that you're always the victim? Everybody that you've ever been married to or everybody you've ever been in a relationship with is, woe is me. They're so terrible. And this is what they did. And this is why we broke up. But the accountability they take is just enough that you will believe them until you get into a relationship with, or the next person, a new supply, gets in a relationship. And then what happens is, if the new supply pays attention, all of a sudden the stuff that they've always talked about starts presenting itself in that new relationship. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen alike. See how he treats his mother. See how he treats his sisters. See how she treats her father and her brothers. See how she handles family. See how he handles families. See what she says about the ex-husbands, husband or husbands. See what she says. Does she have any respect for him? Does she always dog him out? Are they always the victim and these people did him so wrong? See what he says about his ex-wives. See how he talks about the ex-wives. See how he handles the children. See what he does to harass them. And I'm gonna tell you right now, new supplies, those of you that are eavesdropping, ear hustling on the channel, new supplies is gonna happen to you because the red flags are there. They're showing you exactly what their character is like. They're showing you exactly what they're gonna do even with you. So if they dog out the ex-wives, if they dog out the ex-husbands, trust you me, you are no different than anybody else. You are not that special. A lot of us found that out. A lot of you guys were secondary supply, became primary supply, and you found out that you were not special either. And I know it's a painful thing, but once again, hopefully I answered that question. And this is re-victimization. Many of you have been re-victimized, and I know you guys have some stories. So I thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Dr. Carmen Bryant. My channel is Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Please join me. I am on Periscope on Sundays. I'm on multiple channels. So on Periscope, Instagram, both of my Facebook pages, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse and Psychological Health Consultants and Services, and YouTube. And then during the week, I'm usually on YouTube, and I'm also on podcasts. I'm recording on podcasts. Yesterday, I recorded on podcasts, and somehow or another, when I hit the save, it just disappeared. I don't know what happened. That's why I'm waiting for my new phone to come in so I can record off of my new telephone. But the recording disappears. So to all my podcast listeners, please forgive me. I don't know what happened to it. I can't find it. But thank you so much for tuning in. You can find me on Podbean. That is the main platform that I am on, is Podbean. And you can find my podcasts. They are under Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. You can find me on Spotify, iHeartRadio, where else? Google Play. I'm trying to think where else I'm at. That you can find me on all those platforms. For those of you that don't have time to kind of watch the videos, you just want to listen, you can go to my podcast and listen. Also, make sure you guys go check out my spiritual mother, my mom, Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. She's on YouTube. Make sure you listen to her videos. Share these videos. I'm telling you, a lot of you are trying to figure out how to tell family members or friends that they're dealing with a narcissist, and you want them to get information. You're really desperate to help. Sometimes it's not good when you have so much in common with a person, you're close to a person. Sometimes they don't want to hear you. They don't want to take you serious. But when you start sharing stuff, especially if they're on your Facebook page, on your social media, when you share stuff, they become interested in what you're sharing. And the titles are right there, And so sometimes what they'll do is when you're sharing it, they'll go and watch. They may not tell you that they watch, but you never know who's watching your page, in your family, and who will click on that video without telling you that they clicked on the video. So, share the video, share. Also, my big sister, she comes on Mondays at 8 o'clock. Her name is Kathy Gibson, and she is, her program is called, what is her program called? My big sister, but she comes on Mondays at 8 o'clock. Living Your Life Intentional. I think that's called Living Your Life Intentional. And it's on Mondays at 8 o'clock on Periscope. Kathy Gibson, she's also the author of Destiny Man, The Qualities to Look For. Go check out her book. You can find it on Amazon. I'm not sure what other platform she's on with the book, but it's Destiny Man, The Qualities to Look For, Kathy Gibson. My book is Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection. You can find it on Barnes & Noble. You can find it on Amazon. Make sure, hey, Christmas is right around the corner. Order the book and stick it in somebody's bag. If you guys give out gifts to at the women's shelter, you got family members. Hey, this is the lady that's on YouTube. Stick the book in one as a stocking stuffer. There we go, stocking stuffer. And give them the book. You know, you never know whose life you're going to save. You will be surprised at how many people email me that I did not know and were like, hey, lady, I don't even know you. Your video just happened to pop up randomly on my feed, and you have no idea that I was in the middle of committing suicide. There's 3 people that were in the midst of committing suicide. One had tried to hang themselves and then cut their wrists and was waiting to die. Another one, I think, had tried to overdose, and another one, I think, was contemplating suicide. And my video just popped up, and they said that when my video popped up, I was talking to them at that very moment. So you never know what type of situation a person is in. You never know when you share these videos how much you may help someone that may be afraid to reach out for help, because, just like I said, they're being re-victimized. Nobody believes their story. It's not that bad. I've known this person for a long time, so I know you lying. His wife always lying. Her husband is always lying. Your baby mama always lying. You know, so you got those flying monkeys that are going to defend that narcissist no matter what. I know this person. I've been knowing them for years, and that's not even the character that they have. Yeah, because of the fact that you're not at the house with them. You know, so y'all, whoever's doing that, stop that. You're not at the house, you know, and you don't know the intimate relationship that they're having at that home, and that mask falls off comfortably at the house, and what they're doing to those children. You know how many children have been molested, sexually violated, abused, misused, locked in closets, you know, and these wives, they're battered, and sometimes they don't physically abuse, they psychologically abuse. So how dare you go out there and just tell these people that that's a lie, that this person is telling a lie. You don't know the story. Shut your mouth. You don't know the story. You know, but for those of you that are survivors and those of you still in the situation, I want you to know that this tribe that is here on YouTube and on these social platforms, we believe you. We believe you, and that's why we make the videos that we do. We're here to support you. And once again, thank you so much. For those of you looking for coaching, you can email me at Dr. Carmen Bryant, and I will provide you with fees for my services. And also, those of you looking for counseling, I cannot counsel outside the state of Washington. However, if you look at betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen, they are offering counseling in all the states, and they provide a 10% discount for hitting my link. It is a vetted source, so I've heard great reviews about BetterHelp. You can vet the counselor. You can put in the information that you want. Whoever is searching for the counselor, put in the information. Do you understand PTSD? Do you understand complex PTSD? Do you understand psychological trauma? Do you understand the results of psychological or physical trauma? Do you understand parental alienation? Ask them questions. It's okay for you to vet to find one that's a fit for you. But once again, it's betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen. And they'll give you a 10% discount if you have any financial problems. Talk to them, let them know, and they will assist you. They will provide grants, you know, for those of you that may not be able, but it's a nominal fee. And so you guys go check that out. I'm telling you, some of you guys need counseling, not coaching first. Coaching is going to get you from point A to point B, set up some goals with you, and to encourage you to keep moving forward in your goals. Counseling, however, is going to deal with some behavior, mental health, emotional problems that you have suffered at the hands of a narcissist. Once again, thank you guys so much for being here. I am so honored. Thank you guys. I am so appreciative, and thank you for tuning in and finding something relevant that I have to say. Now, what I want you to do is, I need you to go be great.